Together we are
Enactus UniZulu.
Our project implementation model consists of 3 phases. Phase 1, seeing opportunity.
This is where we conduct a thorough needs analysis, which includes surveys, field observations, running of tests, and a financial analysis.
Phase 2, taking action.
In this stage, we devise plans for all our actions and diligently implement them to ensure impact for all our participants.
Phase 3, enabling progress.
In the last stage of our intervention, we measure and evaluate outcomes to ensure sustainability of our project. Before we exit, we test and verify readiness, knowledge, and the confidence levels of our participants.
At the center of our organization lies 2 faculty advisors, 21 BEBs, 78 alumni, and 409 active students. Our theme for this year is
Unlocking Dreams.
Enactus University of Zululand has 7 active projects, but we are presenting 2 of our projects and 1 program.
Enactus UniZulu, Entrepreneurial Hub.
In South Africa, out of 4 registered SMMEs, 1 is likely to succeed. Due to lack of access to finance, lack of adequate skills, and lack of technology integration, this is according to the South African Entrepreneur Activity Index.
So, what did we do to tackle these challenges?
In these exciting times of technology, Enactus UniZulu remains relevant. As a result, our team developed an entrepreneurial hub to address these challenges, consisting of a number of initiatives. At the helm lies our online business platform, which is easily accessible at financemybusiness.co.za. This consists of 3 core features. The first feature is Business Financial Solutions. The second is Entrepreneur-to-Entrepreneur Interaction Platform. And lastly, a consultation platform.
To date, 8 MOUs have been signed amongst entrepreneurs, totaling transactions worth 2 million rands. 65 entrepreneurs are active in our platform, resulting in 3 receiving grants from the public sector, consisting of the NYDA and the Department of Agriculture, and 2 loans from the private sector. 16 entrepreneurs are receiving mentorship on a weekly basis. Additionally, our participants have access to our boardrooms to conduct meetings and a computer lab for any technical challenges.
Vuga uzenzele project, phase 3.
Voga Uzenzele means get up and do it for yourself. 65 kilometers away from University of Zululand lies Emacekani, a rural settlement where we found a group of 5 passionate farmers who specialized in harvesting yellow flash sweet potatoes. Over the years, these farmers have limited the production to household consumption. However, their long-term goal was to produce sweet potato juice and jam.
After a 3-hour session, a project intervention plan was jointly made between our team and our participants. As the first step of this plan, we conducted a needs analysis which revealed the following results. Lack of business understanding and economic concepts. In responding to these challenges discovered through our needs analysis, Enactus UniZulu intervened by conducting a workshop covering the following aspects: financial management, strategic marketing, and business management. This was done to impact business skills.
But this did not address quality proper farming and value-add challenges. Our team then organized a second business workshop in conjunction with the University's Department of Agriculture and KZN Fresh Produce. This workshop covered organic farming methods, product quality, and product standardization. To intensify our educational intervention, we then developed an Agric ABC business guide. This guide was delivered in a language preferred by our participants.
Like the levers of the lock, Enactus UniZulu is turning lives around, one at a time. At the core of our environmental strategy plan, we tested the soil which our participants used and discovered that it is rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and trace elements. We further introduced organic farming methods such as vermiculture, where we breed earthworms for the purposes of creating an organic vermicompost and vermi-tea, which is the fluid that is excreted by the worms. This helps the crops to grow faster and healthier, thus enabling nature to continue feeding nature.
Furthermore, we discovered that there were no tests done to measure the nutritional content, and secondly, there was no proper branding of the product. Challenged by these results, we conducted a number of tests with the Department of Biochemistry and Consumer Sciences, and we discovered the following.
Our yellow flash sweet potato consists of vitamin A, B, D, E, and K. It is also rich in selenium, which is absorbed by the squamous epithelial cell on the skin, protected from ultraviolet radiation and reducing vulnerability. Moreover, what drew us closer to this project were the following benefits.
Happy, healthy eyes.
Supple, youthful skin, boost the immune system.
Comes with anti-cancer benefits.
And heals your wounds faster.
With all of these tests done, we were now good to go. We then negotiated with the chief of Enactus Rural Settlements, who was now a business advisory board member, to sponsor our participants to the land. Through our intervention, our participants were granted 38 hectares of land to start growing and harvesting the sweet potato worth 7 million rands. Additionally, Masco dealership also sponsored our participants with the land cleaning equipment worth 30,000 rands. This was a joint venture between Enactus and the local chief. To ensure proper production of sweet potato juice and jam, Enactus UniZulu has donated our participants with 1 sack of sweet potato slips. This has produced 700 sweet potatoes. Additionally, we have sponsored our participants with the 4-plate oven stove and 2 industrial blenders.
Now that systematic production was underway, rapid growth and acceptance of the sweet potato juice and jam by the community members was very high, but the level of purchasing was not enough to maintain proper business function. Our team then developed an expansion plan whereby we penetrate the retail markets. We then approached the South African barcoding agency. Resultantly, 2 separate barcodes of juice and jam were obtained.
Through our continuous efforts, the cooperative has increased its monthly production from 300 bottles to 2,146 bottles. That is a 77.5% increase in production. Furthermore, our participants have drastically increased their annual revenue from just 28,800 rands to an impressive 205,920 rands. That is an 86% increase in revenue. With such outstanding progress, the cooperative further employed 25 community members. That is a total of 30 people employed through this project.
Socially, we stop at nothing in responding to the call of humanity. In the course of this year, we attended the albinism awareness campaign, where people living with albinism share their predicament. They face many challenges due to skin effects and eyesight impairment. According to the lab results, the sweet potato helps in skin effects and eyesight impairment. We recommended to the University Disability Officer for the product to be used. 6 people living with albinism are using our product, which has had a positive result, and have approached the Medical Council for medical consideration and support.
Moreover, this project implemented
One home, one garden,
directly impacting 64 households, with each household having a minimum of 5 occupants, totaling to 320 people impacted, with having 50 people as often and 8 living with different disabilities. Firstly, meet Sizwe Ndwandwe, a 22-year-old gentleman living with speech and tremor disorder, whom to this project has been able to look after his need and his family.
Secondly, meet Mr. Tabete, one of our participants who lives with albinism, who has been a victim of this social stigma being attached to him, with no doors of opportunities available and no hope towards employment. Enactus UniZulu proved to be his last hope towards humanity and economic empowerment. As part of the educational social footprint, this project further implemented
one school, one garden. This was part of transferring skills to the youth and ensuring participation, and to inspire them to start the One Home, One Garden initiative. Resultantly, 436 learners have been currently impacted. This project further implemented One Loss initiative being
One institution, one garden.
This project has an employment impact of 30 people. This cooperative has a memorandum of understanding with 4 power spas from Richards Bay to Empangeni, from Mtubatuba to Eshowe. As part of crop rotation and diversification strategy, our participants have started harvesting coffee beans and dry beans. This has had a positive increase of 3,500 rand to the total monthly revenue.
To initiate our international footprints, we are currently working with Zimbabwean Women, Youth Empowerment and Development Association, which focuses on agriculture. This organization is based in Mashonaland East, a province in Zimbabwe. Our team was deeply touched by the fact that 1 in 8 children will die before they reach the age of 5 years. This is the highest mortality rate in the world. Sadly, more than 70% of people living in Zimbabwe live in poverty. We then initiated an information sharing and skill transfer program, which is now assisting 7 agriculture sites and has employed 72 people.
Enactus ngendlela usizo ngayo ey'ntweni manje. Manje ama-product ethu asaqhubeka nokuya phambili.
Imbali Project, Phase 2.
Life comes in many forms, and at Enactus UniZulu, we found it in the form of a plant.
Many businesses fail to tap into the essential oil industry due to the sophisticated resources required during the extraction of oil from the plants. These essential oils are used for pharmaceutical products such as ointments, medicine, fragrance, and food flavoring.
To address these challenges, Enactus UniZulu started Imbali Project, meaning the flower. This project has two groups of participants who grow and harvest the rose generium plants. The first group being Inyoniga Pumuli Cooperative, consisting of 10 members, and our newest group, Amaka Essential Oils, consisting of 8 members.
After conducting a thorough needs analysis, we found that our participants had the following challenges:
Lack of operating land and equipment.
No irrigation system,
and no fencing.
Faced with these challenges, Enactus UniZulu negotiated on their behalf with the local authorities in order to be granted land. As a result, Inyoniga Pumuli Cooperative received 74.5 hectares of land, which was worth 13 million rands. After acquiring the land, our first step was to take the soil samples for testing to ensure that the soil was suitable for planting rose geranium.
We further intervened and met with the MEC of Agriculture, who sponsored our participants with an irrigation system and fencing material worth 1.2 million rands. Ingonyama Trust also sponsored our participants with a generator and a tractor to clear their land.
We suggested the crop rotation and diversification strategy of planting vegetables so that our participants can raise enough funds for sufficient rose generium seeds. In December 2016, our participants had their first harvest and provided 507 kg bags of butternut to KZN Fresh Produce. 32,000 rands was received from the sale of these produce, thus increasing their revenue by 45% and creating 5 employment opportunities.
This 74.5 hectares of land will give us 2.5 million rands after the first 6 months harvest, as 1 litre of rose geranium costs 5,000 rands, and the land will give us 500 litres of the essential oils. Our team received funding from CHEP of 11 workmen suits, which we then donated to 10 of Imbali participants.
This project to date has created 15 employment opportunities with the potential of creating an additional 20 job opportunities by the last quarter of 2017. This business has also been advertised in the local 1KZN, DSTV channel and Zululand Observer as part of its marketing exposure.
Faced with the national water crisis, which made it difficult for our participants to operate, Enactus UniZulu intervened to find an alternative local solution to the national crisis. To Amaka Essential Oils, we introduced the water harvesting method to be used during seasons of low rainfall. There are 4 JoJo tanks, each with a capacity of 20,000 litres.
In line with our international footprints, we have currently forged partnerships with 2 countries being Zimbabwe and the United States of America. In Zimbabwe, we're currently working with Zweda, and in America, the Appalachian State University in North Carolina. Now, let us recap on what these projects have done.
We are economically aware.
By increasing our participants' revenue by 86% and securing a major contract worth 300,000 rand.
Our team is socially
By
aware.
capacitating and upskilling our participants through workshops and continuous training, their confidence, self-esteem, and standard of living has definitely been improved.
We are environmentally aware.
By advising our participants to use crop rotation, proper irrigation systems to save water, and also sticking to organic farming methods while planting their produce.
2017 has been the year of improving the quality of life and the standard of living of our participants. Now, let us break it down to numbers.
Over 4 million rands has been reinvested in our region through our intervention.
More than 500,000 rands of total revenue generated this year.
More than 11 million South Africans have been reached through our media coverage.
20 million rands is the amount of property acquired for all our participants.
More than 1,000 is the direct impact, and over 7,000 the indirect impact from all our projects.
409 is the number of active students, consisting of 68% of first years, making our team even more sustainable.
138 is the number of job opportunities created this year.
52,000 hours dedicated by our team and more than 4,000 kilometers traveled to ensure success in all our projects.
More than 4,000 bottles recycled and over 200,000 liters of water saved. in our reduce, reuse, and recycle strategy.
More than 75% of our participants consist of the youth and women.
While 12.5% is the number of people living with different disabilities.
We present hope and change in our communities. Our stories echoes from the dongas of our villages to the alleys of our cities. We are a generation of greatness and dynamic entrepreneurial power, inspiring the world to be better. We transform the lives of our people through imparting skills and knowledge. Indeed, we are the ones who do not live in their dreams, but who lead to unlock their dreams. And together we are
Enactus UniZulu.
Two questions for you. I loved your presentation. I'm still crying, sorry guys. The first question is, what was your most difficult challenge? And the second question, what were you prepared personally to give up to make this a success?
Thank you very much for your question, ma'am. Our most difficult challenge, because we are rurally based, we didn't see that as a challenge. We didn't see poverty. Where people see poverty, we saw opportunity. Now, the most difficult challenge in implementing our projects was that the literacy level of our participants was very low. So we needed to dissect the complicated language of business and effectively communicate it to the community members, which are our participants. Now, what we were prepared to sacrifice personally was our time for books, for the loved ones and everything, because we believe that changing the lives of the people is much more important, because we're building a future. We owe that to our vision. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Sorry, just if you can save your applause to the end, because you're just eating into the time of questions.
I need to echo her sentiments. Your presentation is better than ever before. I need to know, in your submission, there are a lot of goals. One is poverty, quality education, gender equality. All. Which one ranks the best according to your team, and why?
Thank you very much for your question, sir. Our projects address 10 of the sustainable development goals. Now, the best goal that our team finds it fits is the life on the soil, because agricultural sector contributes 70% of the GDP. So life on the soil is very important to us. Owing that vision to the last day's topic, which was water scarcity, that alone addresses the issue of life on the soil. So that to us is the most important sustainable development goal.
Thank you very much.
Well done, team. I have three quick questions. The first one is, you mentioned the land that you received for both projects. Does that land still belong to the chief, or has it been officially given over? Who owns it now? My second question is, there were quite a few sponsored products that you received for your projects. Would these projects be sustainable if someone had to actually buy those products and they were not sponsored? And I think thirdly is the essential oils. You mentioned that you could produce quite a lot. I forgot the number, sorry. Is there a market for those oils? If you guys produce them, do you know that they will actually be bought in those numbers? Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question, sir. I'll answer your two questions. The first question about the land. Through our conjunction with the local chief, he sponsored the participants with the land for both projects, and through a lease agreement which was obtained through the assistance of our team, the land now officially belongs to our participants for both projects. And to answer your second question about the sustainability of the projects, as Enactus UniZulu, we believe that sufficient skills, knowledge, and information enables people to become masters in their trade. So how we've ensured sustainability even beyond our intervention, or even beyond when someone else purchases the product is that we've ensured that our participants have proper business management skills, such as they understand business concepts, such as financial literacy. We've ensured that through our various workshops, and we've ensured the effectiveness through our pre and post questionnaires, as well as our monitoring and evaluation. We've also ensured that it is sustainable by ensuring proper pricing of the products themselves, as well as proper policies and documentation, because policies such as financial policies and documentation allows, they stand the test of time. So then even beyond our intervention, the business is furthermore sustainable. Thank you.
Now, in response to the third question, and our projects are in line with the department's integrated development plan. So as a result, we have partnered with the Economic Development Office at King Cathedral District, who are going to take over the product to the international company, which is therefore which is in need for these essential oils. So indeed, there is a market for essential oils as they are needed in many of the sectors, like the oil, the perfumes that we use from day to day. So there is really a huge market for these products. Thank you.
Okay, your time has expired. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking UniZulu.